Hey, what's going on everyone, and thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Justin, and as a big-time jersey nerd, a really big fan of hockey concepts and uniform concepts, I was really happy to see that the NHL announced officially, I think on Monday, that the league would be returning to the reverse retros for their second edition for the 2022-2023 season. Now, I am a little disappointed that they'll be doing the reverse retro again. I think that they should have come out with a different campaign that would be a league-wide, all 32 teams come out with an alternate jersey on some sort of theme. They could have done something, I don't know, Color Rush, City Edition, just retro on its own without being the reverse retro, but they decided to do it again. Ultimately, I'm not too disappointed about it. I mean, I'm very happy to see new jerseys come into the league. Obviously, the league is looking for extra revenue, looking for those jersey sales. As a collector myself, I like seeing new concepts come out. And I think that in the first time that they did this with the reverse retro, some teams hit big time. I think some of them were absolutely beautiful, but some teams fell short big time as well. And one of them, I'm sad to say, was the Toronto Maple Leafs. And I'm wearing the edition that they came out for the reverse retro right now. I did buy it. I don't absolutely hate it. Let's get that out of the way. But I mean, they missed. Everybody knows that they missed. And I do think that this wasn't a Leafs decision on this specific jersey. I think that the league made decisions with some of the uniforms that came out, considering that there were a number of jerseys that came out with the gray, the same color gray. If this were white instead of gray on the outsides, perfect. I think we know what everybody wants for a Leafs jersey, and I think it should be a full-time alternate. And I'll throw on the screen here, there was a concept made, but it's that jersey from the 70s when you think of Sittler and Clark and those guys. This exact jersey, but white with the blue and then the current logo, the white current logo. I don't know why they decided to go with the blue on the blue. Not a fan of that. Blue numbering on the blue back. Not a fan of that. They even had to change the jersey and make the white outline even thicker, or I should say the gray outline even thicker because you couldn't read it on TV. So this jersey was a miss, and I'd like to go through today some of the concepts that I would like to see for the next edition so that they can make it up to us and get our money. I know they'll get my money, but some additions that they can bring back for next season for the Leafs. The first concept here is involving the Toronto St. Pats. The Leafs do wear a white St. Pats jersey that I think they brought in ever since 2017 or so, that they wear for 2 or 3 games throughout the season in March. And I think it's really nice. I've actually got one of those as well. But they wear it only around St. Patrick's Day on March 17th. And I love it, but I'm not a huge fan of white uniforms. So if they were to bring the St. Pat's jersey that they've currently got, but make a green version of it, or go back to the original St. Pat's jersey, which I've got one of those as well, and just tweak it a little bit. Now, I'm also a really big fan of off-white and cream color, especially for a vintage look. And I would love to see the Toronto Maple Leafs bring in a jersey that's got that cream look. And so I think having a green jersey with cream striping would look so nice. Maybe even cream pants, cream gloves instead of going all green, but something along the lines of that. And here's a sweatshirt actually that I think would be beautiful as a jersey. I'm a big fan of a dark jersey with a light shoulder striping, and the Leafs haven't had that recently, but I think it would look really, really good, especially if it were exactly this color scheme right here, the cream. And you could even take this exact jersey and go with the new St. Pat's logo that they've got on the current white St. Pat's that they do wear. I think there's a lot that could be done here, but a green jersey would be really, really nice. The one thing I would say to it is that I think green makes most sense, obviously, in March, around the March 17th date. To have it as a full-time alternate that they'll wear at multiple points throughout the regular season, looking at like November, December. I mean, it obviously has its roots because the Leafs originated as a green team when they were the St. Pats after the arenas. But I like keeping it in March and not having it all year, but I think that the Leafs would look really, really good in a green uniform. But this jersey right here, this is the one that I would love the Leafs to come out with. This was the alternate from the early 2000s, mid 2000s, I think even going to the late 2000s. And this reminds me personally of my childhood. So it's got sentimental value. I think this is a beautiful alternate jersey that they had. And at that time, I'm pretty sure the white team was the home team. The league wanted colored jerseys to come in as the away team so that viewers could enjoy the uniforms a little bit more on the ice instead of seeing the same, the home jersey being blue and white and then the away jersey being white. So I'm pretty sure at this time, the white was the home jersey and this was their home alternate. It was so nice. And it, again, reminds me of the likes of, Matt Sundin, Darcy Tucker, Ty Domi, even guys like Matt Stajan, Mikhail Grabovski. I don't know. These are guys that I've grown up with. I was born in 95. So my era was the early 2000s. That's what I remember. The late 2000s. Those are the teams that I cherished. And I mean, awkward enough, those are the teams that really, really struggled and were pathetic. But taking this jersey and just reversing the colors, quite simply, reverse retro, reverse the colors. So a white shoulder, blue base, white striping. And if you want to keep that logo, I'm down for it. I like the logo. Or you could slap on the exact same logo as you've got right now. I think this is the choice, considering that they've already done the 1980s with the stripe down the arms. For the original reverse retro. I mean, they could fix this, but I would like to see that as a full-time alternate jersey and not a 1 year only reverse retro, the same thing that they've already come out with, just improved. I'd like to see this one. This is my choice. This should be the reverse retro for next year. And lastly, just as an honorable mention, I really do like this logo. They used it in the 2013 Winter Classic against Detroit. I thought those jerseys were absolutely beautiful. I actually don't own one of those. That was before my time of starting to collect some Leafs jerseys. So it's on my bucket list, but I really, really like that Leaf. If they could do something with that and make it really nice, and again, avoid the gray, keep it blue and white, and even the Toronto Arenas jerseys that they just came out with for the Heritage Classic against Buffalo, they're not bad. I don't love them. I think that they need some sort of striping on the sleeve or at least a white cuff on the sleeve at the arm. But that blue is so nice. I love that blue. It really takes me back to like the original Leafs jerseys. That is the blue that I think of when I think of like the 1920s jerseys. You take that blue, bring in this Leaf, do some striping style that reminds you of vintage striping. It could be really, really nice. That's another idea. So let me know your thoughts. I mean, I presented a couple rough sketches of what they could do. Do you like either of those? What would you draw up as a mock draft for the Reverse Retro 2 coming out next year for the Leafs? I might even go through all 32 teams and just pull up a picture of the jersey that I think they should do a mock-up off of, because I love uniform concepts. I love talking about this kind of stuff. I love doing research on it. So let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. And in the meantime, click like, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on this video, and I'll see you in the next one.